So right now, like I said, Bitcoin does not care about U.S. markets. It's outperforming the Nasdaq S&P and for this year, and you go all the way back to August 2020. Someone likes to remind you guys that he made the right decision, right? Who's that? Michael Saylor. Michael Saylor, he made a decision to go all in on Bitcoin, right? Even though his cost average is still higher than what Bitcoin's price now is. But had he bought anything else, bonds, silver, gold, had he threw all his money into NASDAQ or S&P 500, he would be way down compared to his Bitcoin. Bitcoin is the winner, okay? It's how you win in life. It's how you win with preserving your wealth. And Michael Saylor figured that out right before everything started going higher, right? And right now, Bitcoin has decoupled away from S&P and NASDAQ, and it's just doing its own thing because it's not a stock. It's not a tech stock. You can't treat it like a tech stock, okay? Because it isn't one. It's digital gold, but so much better than gold, right? So I think people get that confused. A lot of Wall Street get that confused. You know, that's why you see this correlation with, you know, equities and Bitcoin sometimes, because they tend to buy and sell both at the same time. But that's because they don't understand. People that do understand, long-term holders like you guys, and now the big institutions, they're starting to realize, okay, we can't treat it that way. That's stupid. Why would we want to trade this thing when it's so scarce and so valuable? The strategy is to just buy and hold as much as you can. Why would you want to trade this, right? There's only so much out there, and it's getting more and more scarce every single day. I'm kind of like Robert Kiyosaki in a way where I understand you want to buy Bitcoin, right? You don't want hyperinflation to take your buying power, to rob you of your buying power. So listen to this. Many people think hyperinflation means prices are going up. Well, it does. Prices do go up, but at an unsustainable rate. Okay, hyperinflation means purchasing power of your money is going down. Yes. So if you're holding large amounts of money, or even not large amounts of money, even small amounts of money, what you could purchase with that goes down because of inflation and hyperinflation. So that's why you need to hold assets that can outperform inflation, okay? Unfortunately, gold and silver do not. So that's why I don't recommend buying gold and silver, because they're still at the same price like 20 years ago. Bitcoin, however, has gone up 1,000,000% within the last 10 years and will continue to go up and up and up because it's the scarcest asset we have and most decentralized asset we have, right? That's not going to change ever. So that's why you want to buy something that's scarce. You don't want to trade it. You certainly don't want to short it. You want to buy and hold, and that's really the end game. So now we have rumors that these fund managers that are trying to get their spot Bitcoin ETFs approved, they're getting more clarity. They're not just being outright denied. They're actually getting somewhere with the SEC. It does seem like it's very different now versus before, because I think most people know that we are going to get finally a spot Bitcoin ETF either later this year or early next year. It's going to come. It's not a matter of if anymore. It's a matter of when. And when spot Bitcoin ETFs come, anticipated up to $300, $400 billion will be flowing in from these fund managers I just named and from retail investors too, because a lot of people still sit on the sidelines, don't want to get involved with Bitcoin, but it's very easy for them to go to their brokerage and buy some spot Bitcoin ETFs, right? So this is also coming, a huge catalyst for next year. So again, why would you want to sell now? It doesn't make any sense. So something else that's coming in Bitcoin is BIP 324. Now this is not so exciting. It is not going to pump Bitcoin's price, but it is going to make Bitcoin more secure. So the node-to-node transactions will now be encrypted, so you can't really, I guess, hear what the neighbor is saying, okay, in layman's terms. That's what this upgrade is doing. So People that argue that Bitcoin doesn't have upgrades, they don't know what they're talking about. Bitcoin gets upgrades all the time. So unfortunately, there are some maxis out there that'll say, well, look at Ethereum, they got to upgrade, so there's security. I don't think they truly understand what they're talking about, because Bitcoin also gets upgrades too, like this one. And it's good. There's nothing wrong with upgrades. Something that was created 13 years ago or 14 years ago, yeah, some upgrades is probably a good thing. So right now, DXY is sky high, but it has hit a territory just like before where it's overbought or a very extreme high level. And we know that Bitcoin tends to move in the opposite direction of DXY, except recently it has not been. Even though DXY has been going up, Bitcoin is not coming down. That's how strong it is. But if the DXY starts coming down and the money flows out of treasuries and dollars, well, then that's going to help Bitcoin even more. Okay, so that's something else to pay attention to. The sky high DXY, strength of treasuries. But despite that, you could see clearly when DXY started going upwards, Bitcoin points didn't go down. Not like before. So Bitcoin is that strong right now. It is extremely, extremely strong. And nothing is going to pull Bitcoin down at this point, right? It's going according to plan. Can Bitcoin actually hit 750 to 1 million by the end of this next cycle? I don't know. That's very ambitious. But like I said, with FOMO, with trillions coming in, with spot Bitcoin ETFs now, with countries also getting involved, who's to say it can't happen? Bitcoin needs to reach $750,000, roughly $750,000 to equal the market cap of gold. So if you think about that, Bitcoin is a better version of gold in every single sense. So shouldn't it be worth at least just as much, right? So Bitcoin has to go up to $700,000 just to equal the market cap of gold, not even exceeding it. And even gold's market cap isn't that great compared to equities or real estate or anything else, really. You know, so I mean, that could just be the beginning. What about this prediction? Cathie Wood believes by 2030, so this is the next halving and the next cycle. And the reason, again, is due to the scarcity factor, because there's not enough Bitcoin to go around. Not every millionaire on the planet can even accumulate one Bitcoin. Think about that, and that doesn't include the billionaires. Even if every millionaire on the planet right now, today, said, I want to buy one Bitcoin, they couldn't do it. If they tried, they would drive Bitcoin's price up to probably over $1 million. If they, all of them, if every single one tried immediately right now. Because there's just not enough. I think you guys could tell I am very, very bullish on Bitcoin.